We have an automatic feeder, but the next project is an automatic water.
Right.
Off the gutter. I'll show you the automatic feeder.
Oyster shells right there.
Yeah.
Heart.
I'm going to give the chickens a little oyster shell treatment today. It's basically a great source of calcium added in with their food, and it makes for hard eggs. If you notice, you're putting your fingers through the eggs once in a while when you're collecting them. You could probably use a little of this.
And we might as well throw on a brick of shavings, correct?
Sure. I'll give this one
Well, she can get some out of the pond.
It's all packed up there.
Right? Right, ladies? Isn't that right? You like raisins? You like rice?
You want me to displace them? Or you want to do
Sure. Here, let me, Oh, you're gonna have to move. You're gonna have to move. We're gonna fill that barrel. So we got the feeders all filled up. Well, feeder, I should say. We've got the feeder all filled up. So, once we fill the feeder, wow, look at you. Once we fill that feeder and then we fill both waterers, we're good for a week. We just come in and check eggs every day. But when we built this, Roll fully insulated it, and for the flooring, we used some,
piece of sheet vinyl I got at Home Depot.
just some vinyl flooring if you can get a piece somewhere. And you don't, obviously, if you don't have a huge coop, it's not going to cost much anyway.
Yeah.
But it's so much easier to clean.
It doesn't stick to that.
You know, it cleans right up, and I can come in here and bleach it when I hoe out the coop, and I spray down the walls and bleach the floor.
I also saw this system, honey, on YouTube where the birds spend most of their time in here on the perches. So you can imagine 90% of the poop goes right underneath the perches. So I have this piece of rolled rubber roofing on top to catch all that stuff.
So it's one continuous piece. It attaches to the back wall.
I got it, just tacked on there with roofing nails.
And then
Zip tied.
And then he strung it all the way to the front rail and zip tied it on.
And I put this wire on. I think you could do it a little differently. You wouldn't need this wire. I had a little bit too much space in between each bars, and every once in a while, some of the smaller chickens were getting.
They were like nesting in there.
In the poop, so I put that screen up just so they would be in there.
Yeah, it keeps the birds out of the poop trough.
And it allows you to collect too. This stuff, after a couple years of aging, is like gold for your plants and your fruit trees and that sort of thing. So make sure you're collecting your chicken crap because you're gonna want it.
But as you can see, the floor stays pretty clean. They don't muck it up too much.
This has really been all summer. What you're seeing is
I mean,
is
this
all
is
summer.
you're seeing it really at its.
But they're free ranging
worst.
too, so they're pooping outside.
Yeah. In the winter, obviously, we gotta knock it out more often, but they're pretty good. Right, girls?
They use about twice as much grain in the wintertime too every week because they're not outside supplementing their feed with bugs and plants and all that stuff.
Yeah, we've got these drop-down doors. I love them. So I can come out and check eggs, or the grandkids can come check eggs, and we just drop the door, put your cartons down, reach in, grab your reach into the boxes and grab your eggs. The chickens can't get out if you didn't want them out. I mean, it's just an easy way to... And when I'm mucking out the coop, it's nice because I just drop the doors, pull the boxes. These boxes aren't fastened. They slide right out. So I just slide all the boxes out and then sweep everything right out the side. And then empty out the nesting boxes, put fresh shavings in there, slide them back in, we're good to go. And this is the chicken run. So in the wintertime, obviously we've got them buttoned up. And this is the chicken run. So we've got it boxed in all the way around, even the ceiling, just so we don't have trouble. So we built this coop, I don't know, 6 or 8 years ago, maybe?
That's right.
And we've got a sliding window on the end, and we've got a vent over on this end. It's stationary, so...
Just a gable end vent I had left over from work, and that allows some ventilation even in the winter time. We don't ever block that vent.
Yeah. And then it's got a regular crank out window, so when it gets super, super hot, we can open that up in the summer. And then we button it up in the fall, late fall. And we keep a light in here too.
It only goes on a few hours in the afternoon. Not only that, but we got this. This is a very handy thing to have. It's a switch that when it's 40 degrees or less, it comes on. So we have heaters that go underneath the waters, but you don't want them cooking all the time. So you have them hooked to something like this, and then it doesn't turn on unless it's 40 degrees or less.
So it keeps the water from freezing up, and there's obviously there's a timer on the power strip also for the light. So we give them a little bit of extra light each day. They keep giving us, providing a few eggs throughout the winter that way. Right, girls? Right? Living large.
Adds a little heat too when they're
it does.
when they're cold.
Yeah, but this is well insulated, and she's in the...
So we got one waterer outside and one waterer inside.
Yep. Hi, ladies. Are you having a good morning?
If I fill them both with the 2 dozen hens, it gives us about a week.
Yeah. Well, and they free range too, and we've got a farm pond right over on the other side of that wood chip pile. So.
But look, this has still got plenty of water in it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna refresh it.
Yeah. But so that's not a good judge. I mean, if you've got hens in a hen house and they don't free range and have access to another water source,
Yeah.
I don't know that you're gonna get a week out of the 2 jugs. But
They drink out of the puddles. But I get this out of the way because you're gonna want to scoop that all up in there, aren't you?
yeah.
We're gonna sweep up the floor. Is that what you said?
Are we? That doesn't look too bad, actually. We might just add.
Add to it, yeah.
Yeah.
Good idea. All right, I'm just gonna throw this back in there. Still plenty of food too.
Good morning, pretty girl.
Honey,
Oh, good.
you must have fed him while I was gone.
Yeah, I think so. I'm trying to remember. My week's going to blur, but
Yeah.
I kept an eye on him anyway. And I've been giving him scraps.
I went on a bear hunt. Look for those videos later.
Mm-hmm. Are you ladies having a good morning? Enjoying the sunshine and the bugs? Somebody's got a lot to say this morning.
That's that vocal one.
Yeah, she's all bent out of shape. You're in her house. Clearly we weren't invited.
So what we do with this, see we got this feeding system I put in here? These tubes, we fill these tubes right up. And as they eat the food out of the bottoms, the tubes lower and the food spreads out. Gives us some time. I can actually fit about a whole bag, a 40-pound bag right in these tubes, or a little bit more even, so buys us some time. Crushed oyster shell, I think they cook it a little bit and then crush it, but we just kind of add it to the food. I'm only going to put about half of it in there for this time, and then we'll have another half another day before we get into winter. And then we just take these caps off, and I have this little funnel. I think it's out of an old dog collar, but you can make it out of just about anything, or buy a funnel. You take your little buckets like this, let it feed down into the tube. See, there's little pieces of it all through it. See? Oops, too much. We got a couple of hens that are pretty brood. Usually get that. Oh, that one got off on her own. Perfect.
Yeah, she's gonna make us out a liar. Well, we may have to do an egg wash today because it looks like they're a little bit dirty. But we're gonna freshen up the coop and put clean shavings in the nesting boxes, and it's
Come on, Mama.
that day of the week.
Atta girl.
Here comes Miss Vocal. Oh, she mad. She is mad. She is very vocal when we scoot her off her
Want to try that one?
box. Oh yeah, we need some cartons. We've got some eggs here. You can get her off. She's gonna eat these eggs. And they hurry. They like, when you drop the door, they like hurry up and try to break the eggs, and I don't know why. She's a little bit naughty. I should have grabbed the red trays. I like to use the red trays when we collect eggs because when they're dirty, they muck up the cartons, and then
Right.
the cartons are
They're no
nasty.
good.
And then you want to put clean eggs back
I
in the dirty
couldn't. I
carton.
couldn't find the red thing.
I leave them right on the counter there by the sink, but next time we'll...
They're not.
Oh, you know what? I think Emma put them in the fridge. We got eggs that need to be washed, so...
I see. Oh, come on.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Not cool. And I think sometimes that's a sign they're not getting...
Enough. Or enough food.
They're not getting enough nutrients, and I think sometimes it can be the calcium thing. So I think adding the...
Calcium.
I think adding the oyster shells will help that, I think. You can leave that right open anyway, because I'm going to muck
them
these
out.
all out.
Yeah.
Did you want to bring the wagon over, or do you want me to just dump them in the pile over there?
I'll bring the wagon over.
Huh? Do you want me to just dump them in that pile?
Sure. That'll work.
Right? Rather than you having to do all that?
Yeah.
We're just going to dump them right in the pile of wood chips.
Perfect. You wanna?
We've got little cutout rubber mats that go in those boxes. Just makes it easier for cleaning. You're not scraping all that stuff off the wood. If you want to hose them down, you can, and clean them. And then put them right back in the box. I think it saves on the life of your box. What?
golf path.
No.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Good work, dear. Let's do it. Don't forget to like and subscribe.